I've said this before. I don't really do. I don't want to do sequels for. I don't want to do a sequel to Dollhouse. But Dollhouse 2 could just be something else in that same world. I don't want to just do it. And I know that. And okay, it's time. You want me to get real? Okay. Okay, you asked for it. You asked for it. You want me to get real? Marketing and getting support for stuff that is not a concept that's ever proven is hard. You probably noticed there was no sponsor on this show. This isn't. It's hard to describe to people in the world of marketing, in the world of, supporting stream or something, or I need money for this. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you doing that? That's stupid. Or like, that's weird, but okay. Because there's no, look, if I wanted to do Dollhouse 5, because Dollhouse 2, 3, and 4 have happened already, and they happened in the last 6 months, then it would be probably very easy. But Dollhouse 2, 3, 4, and 5 would probably be not very good. It probably wouldn't be good at all. Maybe, depends on what I want to do with it, or what we want to do. Could it be better? But then that just goes back to the problem that we talked about earlier with, are you concerned that things have to be bigger and better every time? That is the problem with something like a sequel. That is a problem with something like a series on the same idea. How do you keep it fun? How do you make it so the first one and the second one are in the same world, but how do you, would we just do the same jokes? How do you do more? What do you do? And that's been the motivation the whole time, has been making sure that something seems like a fun thing to do, and it's new every time, and it's different every time. So trying to convince people that shows like this, I think they matter to me a lot, but it's hard. They're hard to sell to people because they just don't. It's just like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, but we did Dollhouse. You remember Dollhouse? Yeah, but this isn't Dollhouse. Someone's gonna hack your fucking stream. What are you talking about? Oh, but it's gonna be fun though. I promise. But we don't know that. We don't know that. This stream could have been awful. We don't know that because we haven't done it before. That's the problem for a lot of people in the marketing world. Dollhouse 2 is Dollhouse, but it is just a stream of you playing Yakuza. What, in the Dollhouse? You can go off numbers, though. Not really. Not really. You don't need to be in the Dollhouse. But yeah, a Dollhouse 2 to me, if people have asked this many times, like, what would that even be? It would be something like we were just talking about. It would be a different concept, but in that same world of interaction. Chat marketing experts incoming. But yeah, to cap that conversation and to kind of put a lid on it, it's still trying to get shows off the ground and have them financed is still the thing that's not simple. But sometimes you don't need it. Honestly, I think a sponsor would have taken it probably away from this show. Don't you think? I don't think I would have wanted one anyways. And we were talking to people. We had some lines out there for what this could be. They don't all have to have sponsors on them. But that needs to come from somewhere. And sometimes when a show is, I also don't want to lay out financing to anybody like, oh, here's all the money. But shows that cost more than $100, $200 plus $1,000, you almost need to be secure. You need to make sure that it's possible. Most of the stuff that you've seen on this channel that was a big elaborate kind of show stream were over $100,000 to do for each one. Not all of them, but most of them. Some of them much higher. So it is a struggle sometimes. And look, I don't have to. It's very easy for you to do back of the napkin math on this channel. This channel makes a good amount of money. This channel makes a lot of money. But even still, it's still, even with that, it's still, and obviously I don't want to just, go to fucking zero, right? Just to do this stuff. It can be scary. But no, it's still a concern. Now, thankfully, I've done a lot of sponsors this year, and I think I enjoyed myself on them. So I'm happy to do those. But it has to be, I don't know, I just don't want to fuck it all up. I hope that if that makes sense. I don't want to fuck this all up, because you can. And trying to balance money and content, and I want to still try to be creative, but things to be paid for. I just don't want to fuck the whole thing up, if I'm honest. And there's been sponsors where I've kind of gone back and forth and then been like, no, never mind. But yeah, and I also don't want, here's another thing too that I don't want to see. And it's not that I'm, see it or anything, but I also don't want to put myself and the channel up on a pedestal, because that's a bad idea. I don't want to be this, oh, everything has to be fucking so good, and oh wow, I've got to make sure. I don't want to, you gotta be careful, because this channel, a lot of really nice things are said about this place. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and try to do it as good as I can, and try to do everything the way that I would have always done it. But it can be hard, because when people talk about this space, and people talk about, oh shit, wow, that was so awesome. It's like, that was really fun, but I don't want to fuck it up, and I don't want it to actually get into my brain and kind of ruin the way that I see this place, if that makes sense. But I like being involved in stuff like this, and I think the future of my life, wherever it goes, whatever it is, I hope is in spaces like this. Because I find this to be some of the most fun and some of the most engaging. And maybe doing some more creative directing. Maybe start doing more writing if I can. Come up with some stuff. Maybe help other people. Well, we're not using this photo though.